In my first hands-on video with the OPPO Find X9 series, I said it was a phone with almost no flaws. But after using the Find X9 Pro for a few days, I have to apologize. It does have a few shortcomings. The current OS version doesn't offer a great gaming experience, so let's start with its performance. By the way, this phone is now available on geekwheels.com. Don't forget to check it out. The link is below the video. The Find X9 Pro, like the Vivo X300 series, uses the Dimensity 9500 processor. Its benchmark score is slightly higher than the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max with the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. Let's jump straight into the most demanding game, Honkai Star Rail. Well, things don't look too optimistic. The frame rate graph looks like an ECG monitor. It fluctuates wildly. The peak frame rate is around 50 FPS and it can drop as low as 30 FPS. In complex scenes, you will often feel a sudden lag, which makes the gaming experience less enjoyable. The good news is the game toolbox has a frame interpolation option that doubles the frame rates, while the graph still looks like a roller coaster. The lowest frame rate now stays above 60 FPS, making stutter nearly invisible. The downside, of course, is higher power consumption and more heat. There's another workaround. We found the Find X9 Pro performs better with a Wacom. If you switch the graphics API to normal mode, the average frame rate improves by about 10 FPS. The Find X9 Pro also offers a bunch of gamer-friendly features like a super resolution, HDR, bypass charging, and more. But if your favorite game isn't on OPPO's frame interpolation whitelist, the experience will suffer a lot. In Genshin Impact, however, the Find X9 Pro had no issues. All the metrics were almost identical to the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max, proving that this game can no longer challenge today's flagship phones. Since the camera setup went from 4 sensors on the X9 Pro to 3 on this gen, the module size has been reduced. To prevent your index finger from constantly touching the raised camera area, OPPO moved the module to the side. Whether this design looks elegant or awkward really depends on your personal taste. But from a practical standpoint, it does make the phone more comfortable to use daily. After all, most of the time you're facing the screen, so comfort matters most. The camera control button still isn't in a great position and is somewhat impractical. I often forget it was there. Occasionally, I remember to use it to quickly launch the camera, which might be slightly useful for street photographer. And that's about it. The rest of the specs are all here. You can pause the video to check them if you like. The display is equally unremarkable. The biggest change is that the Find X9 Pro now uses a flat panel. Everything else is a standard upgrade. No 2K resolution, no AR coating on the film, and no new pixel arrangements. It's simply a good display, nothing more. So let's move on to the part that actually improved the most. Compared to the Find X8 Pro, the X9 Pro's major upgrades are in its main and telephoto cameras. Let's start with the telephoto lens. Many of you might be curious, can the new HP5 sensor really replace the previous gen's 6x telephoto? The answer, yes. Although the sharpening is a bit heavy, the help of in-sensor zoom ensures the results are mostly satisfying. The FP5 sensor is a sibling of the HP9 but smaller in size, which theoretically means worse low-light performance when in-sensor zoom isn't active. In reality, it performs better than expected, probably thanks to AI image enhancement. Overall, losing one telephoto camera doesn't mean it's a downgrade. Achieving equal or even a better image quality with a smaller camera module, which is very impressive. Have you ever wondered what happens when you combine a 200 megapixel sensor with AI enhancement for portrait photography? This photo, taken in a Hasselblad high-res mode, is the answer. Sharp, detailed, and every strand of hair and pole is visible. Actually, OPPO already introduced the portrait AI enhancement with the Find X8 Ultra, which explains why its portrait looks far better than most other phones. But when lighting is poor, the base detail is lacking, the AI enhancement effect naturally weakens. The main camera now has a larger sensor, meaning better image quality in low light. But honestly, flagship phones' main camera are already so good that the difference isn't dramatic. That's why OPPO focused more on the software optimization for the Find X9 Pro. For example, the auto high resolution option, by default, the phone automatically increases resolution to 26 megapixel or 50 megapixel when conditions are right. Unlike other Android phones, this mode is especially optimized. It supports HDR capture and avoids typical demosaic issues like false colors. When does it not activate and shoot at the 12 megapixel instead? Bingo, you guessed it. In very dark environments, it stays at the 12 megapixel to ensure each pixel captures enough light. The only major drawback is file size. If you got the 1TB version or a home NAS, I'd still recommend keeping this option on. Unfortunately, my favorite master mode doesn't support this option. As everyone knows, I love OPPO's Hasselblad color style. It delivers a cinematic look, especially in low light. Highly recommended for anyone who buys the Find X9 Pro. In Hasselblad high-res mode, there's a new live photo feature called 4K motion photo. We compared it with the pioneer of live photos, the iPhone 17 Pro, to see what OPPO improved. First, clarity. The difference in a key photo isn't huge, but once the live photo starts moving, the Find X9 Pro's advantage becomes clear. That's because its motion frames are recorded in 4K, while iPhones are 1080p. So even if you change the key photo later, the Find X9 Pro's image retains better quality. This improvement is mostly noticeable in good lighting. In dim light, OPPO's advantage narrows. Also, this mode only supports the 3 native focal lengths, no zooming in or out. And the biggest downside, as you might guess, is file size. A Find X9 Pro's 4K motion photo is roughly 4 times larger than an iPhone's. So if you're still using a 256 gigs phone, make sure to go for a higher storage option. The ultra-wide camera still uses the JM5 sensor, and so does the front camera. While the sensor itself isn't great, the 50mm lens provides a 120 degrees field of view, allowing you to capture visually striking shots when needed. Selfie quality is also impressive. Clarity is on par with the iPhone, but OPPO's colors are more flattering with more natural-looking skin tones. By the way, the beauty mode is disabled by default this time, so don't be surprised, this is the real you. To keep up with the trends, OPPO also designed a new photography kit for the Find X9 Pro. Among its accessories, the magnetic handle is the most interesting one. With its MagSafe style design, you can quickly attach or detach it, making it more practical to carry daily. If you got money to spare, you can even use it with your iPhone. Just note that without a dedicated MagSafe case, the magnetic force is weaker, so for your phone's and the wallet's safety, not recommended to do that. Fans of a Hasselblad will probably love the large orange shutter button on the handle. I'm quite happy with the handle itself, though the attachable lens part isn't that exciting. It's similar to Vivo's setup, offering the same functions as the Find X9 Pro already does. The only real downside is that unlike Xiaomi or Vivo, you can't attach professional camera filters using an adapter ring. Oh, and one more thing, it's quite expensive, so think twice unless you are a big spender. Smartphone batteries these days keep getting bigger. The Find X9 Pro packs a massive 7,500 mAh cell, which gives it an edge over the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max in long gaming sessions. It supports 80-watt wired and 50-watt wireless charging. In our test, it takes just over an hour to a full charge, which is a bit slower than Xiaomi's. Let's just say it's good enough. Now, Xiaomi, Vivo, and OPPO have all released their flagships. Which one is your favorite? Each has its strengths and also one clear weakness. Xiaomi's camera focal lengths are poorly arranged, Vivo's battery is small, and OPPO's Find X9 Pro, aside from that buggy-looking frame rate graph, is the most balanced of the three. Having distinct personalities is actually a good thing. It means everyone can find a phone that suits them best. Alright, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe. Our Redmi K90 series hands-on video is coming soon. And don't forget that you can get the OPPO Find X9 series from Geek Wheels. I'm Will from Gizmochina, and we'll see you in the next one.